How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
Fuck, man. What kind of question is that?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Stop. BuzzFeed presents. These are not going to be intelligent questions, are they? What does it feel like to be the same sex as Donald Trump? I don't know. I guess the same as it feels to be the same sex as Albert Einstein. What about you? How does it feel to be the same sex as Elizabeth Bathory? Just get on with it.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Why do you hate action movies? Or do you feel like you just need to hate them?
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
Everybody likes Die Hard. Everybody likes Chris Helmsworth. It's just a fact.
Another!
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
Nonsense. It was like 3 minutes, max.
Are you guys a connoisseur of the tit?
I think breasts have changed as well. Do you remember 80s breasts? I seem to remember them being a lot more droopy.
Well, I preferred almost the 50s breast, which was like a missile.
Yeah, like Madonna.
Yeah.
I think it was the bras.
But I will tell you that the fake breasts have come a long way. We've come a long way, baby.
Why do you automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead?
I don't assume that.
Why are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm not. One of the best TV shows ever is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, partly because the characters are funny.
Well, let's be realistic here, okay? Your basic spells are usually only about 50-50.
Oh, yeah? Well, so's your face!
What?
This is in your head.
I'm probably funnier than you.
And more modest, look. You're just a better person in general.
She was truly finest of all of us.
Way better than me.
Much, much better.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
So what's the problem? We're both in agreement. I should leave and never call you again. Oh, you didn't mean the last bit.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged? When men do it, they're congratulated.
Well, my dear, I believe it was Descartes who said that a key that can open any lock is a master key, whereas a lock that can be opened by any key is a shit lock. Well, that might have been Byron, come to think of it.
Why do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
It's the Goldilocks principle. 1 day too loose, 3 days too tight, 2 days just right.
In what world does no mean yes?
No means no.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking there is nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is someone else in this house.
No, sorry, I said no meaning yes.
No meaning yes? Look, I want a straight answer. Is there someone else or isn't there? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is or no, there isn't?
Yes.
Please! Don't you think we should get that man out of the house before he finds out what's been going on here?
Well, there is still some confusion as to whether or not there's anybody else in this house.
I told you there isn't.
There isn't any confusion or there isn't anybody else?
Either. Or both.
Just give me a clear answer.
Certainly. What was the question?
Is there anybody else in the house?
No!
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
I don't even get that.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Why do you think that because you gave me your body, I owe you time, money, attention, children, a retirement home in Spain?
With an extra large bed, a TV, and one of those little refrigerators you have to open with a key. Credit card? You got it.
Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
Yeah, that is pretty weird, actually.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
I care about my sister? Honestly, if they're going to ask stupid questions like this, I don't see why I should give them proper answers.
How does it feel to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of making a...
Sorry, what was that?
Good night, everybody. You've been a wonderful audience. I'll be here all week. Be sure to tip your waitress.
point? during a meeting.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
Oh, well, no one needs to see that. Why do we sit with our legs open? Because it's comfortable, okay? Our hips are stiff, and our balls get squashed if we cross our legs. Is this such a big fucking deal? I mean, why are you wearing that shirt? Why have you got a hat on designed for an 8-year-old boy? Why do you dance like somebody with cerebral palsy? These are all questions I could ask you, but they'd be a bit rude, wouldn't they?
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you?
Well, I think that a man that would do that is referring to physical strength, as in, like, how much can you bench? But I agree, it's stupid. And to be honest, the last time I heard somebody use that phrase was... Well, I didn't. It was before I was born. What, 1950? People don't talk like that anymore.
Like watermelons through like this.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
Because we're obviously not human. That's obviously the answer. Or maybe we're just different from you. Is that okay? Can you deal with that? Maybe men have traditionally suppressed their emotions because nobody cares how we feel. The bills need paying.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
Well, it's worked for 250,000 years. But no, I guess 2016 will be the year that men and women both completely alter their preferences. And you're leading the charge. Well, good luck with that.
If you look at the archetype of the male hero in romance novels, irrespective of which culture the romance novel is written in, it could be Romania or Egypt or Newport Beach, he's always the same guy. He's a tall guy, he's got a six-pack, he's a count, meaning a prey, right? Yeah. He's also a neurosurgeon, he wrestles alligators on his six-pack, he's reckless, he's risky, but only to be tamed by the love of that one good woman, right? So I've already told you about every single archetype that the same archetype in every romance novel. The reason why the archetype is there is because it exactly caters to women's evolved fantasies.
Why the isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get gendered?
That's just retarded. Nobody cares if you swear. Next.
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
Whoa, it went dark all of a sudden. We've gone from, why can't I say bitch, to, why don't you believe me when I've been raped? Well, it's not that I don't believe you, it's that I presume the innocence of the accused. Because that's how a criminal justice system works. I know it's inconvenient, but bear with it. The alternative ain't pretty.
We have found the witch, may we burn her? Who do you know she is a witch? She looks like one!
Why do you assume a woman's angry because she's on her period?
Because she often is.
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your dick size.
Well, say the same then, I don't give a fuck. But don't try and make out like there's some kind of equivalence. Women put makeup on to make themselves more attractive as a matter of course. And on the weekend, in pubs and clubs, they plaster the shit on. It's like memoirs of a bloody geisha out there. I mean, look at Katy Perry before and after. The only way Russell could have misrepresented his penis size to that extent would have been if he told her it was the length of the Mississippi.
Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
Do you have a coochie?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise you needed to have a coochie in order to legislate. We'll write that into the Constitution, shall we? And you notice the subtle racism they slip in as well? It's not just old men, it's old white men specifically they have a problem with. What's the implication there? That old black men would be slightly better? Go fuck yourself. Go sit on a cactus. One the length of the Mississippi, if you can find it.
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
Oh, well, it's actually bisexuals we're attracted to, but I would imagine the reason is that men like the idea of multiple partners. There are evolutionary reasons for that. The idea of one woman wanting to sleep with you is pretty great, so 2 is like Christmas. And as they're both attracted to each other, you don't feel under pressure to perform all the time. You can relax and enjoy it more. See? You ask a good question and you get a good answer.
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
I'm Danger Aaron, and this is Pin the Tail on the Donkey. got it. Get your dick up. You're going good. You're going good, straight leg. Your walk is just amazing. Straight, straight. You're getting warm. I heard that. You got me in the dick. I don't want to do that anymore, if that's okay.
Do you ever get tired of trying to be manly all the time?
Well, it's not an act. I am in fact a man, and this is in fact the way I am. I mean, do you get tired of being womanly all the time? I'm not even sure if I know what that means.
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Because I'm Muslim. Islamophobe.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
In what world does 77 cents equal $1?
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
How is that fair?
I love how they can't even agree on which bullshit statistic to use. They're both wrong, but they can't even be coherently wrong. It's cute.
Katie, if I can start with you. You have written before about the gender pay gap being a myth. Why?
Well, the gender pay gap is a myth in the way that we usually talk about it. Yes, there is still a gap, especially for women over the age of 40. Actually, here in Britain, if you're between the ages of 22 and 39, you are earning more or equal to your male counterparts. But once you hit the age of 40, that does start to decline on average. The real pay gap is not between men and women, it's between mothers and non-mothers, because at this point it seems like employers are actually doing a lot, and oftentimes they favor women when it comes to promoting them, giving them more money, and moving them up the chain. But it's taking time off of work that's what really hurts women when it comes to their salaries. Now, that's a problem, and that's something we need to address, but that's not employers' faults.
Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome!
I dated a woman who earned more than me. I don't really care. A more interesting question is, why is it that women tend not to be attracted to men who earn less than them? That's a real phenomena. Women like status in men, particularly when it comes to long-term relationships, and that's why so many of these uber-successful women are alone and unhappy, because they're unable to find a man powerful enough to get their juices flowing. Be careful what you wish for. That's all I'm saying.
Why are opinionated women seen as bitches?
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
No, not always. Sometimes they're seen as assholes. It depends what the opinion is, when they're expressing it, to who. I mean, a bit vague, don't you think?
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Oh, for fuck's sake. We're policing humour now. No, I'm not going to do that, for about 100 reasons. It's perfectly fine for men to make jokes about women, and it's equally fine for women to make jokes about men. In fact, it's a good idea. That's how people are. And look at that face, just humourless cowbag. Isn't it funny that these social justice types are the most asocial people on planet Earth? They're just completely oblivious to what it's like to have a real social interaction with other people, and yet they want to police this kind of human activity. It's ridiculous. Absurd.
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege? Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something about it.
Do something about it. What shall I do? Huh? Kill myself? Become another suicide statistic? Because men are really kicking ass there. Oh yeah, we're privileged, all right. In the suicide arena. Privileged. Nonsense. Nonsense. 36 nonsense questions. And they weren't even questions at all, really. They were basically cunty jabs at men. That's all they were. They were, here's a bunch of stuff we don't like about men, and just so we don't come across quite as bitchy as we clearly are, we'll phrase it in the form of a question. That's all they were doing. They don't actually care about men at all. Not really. If they did, they'd ask us proper questions. Like, oh, what do you find attractive in women? What can I do to make myself more appealing? What are the top 3 issues facing men in the world today? Nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. Don't care. This is just another excuse, another opportunity, really, to be bitchy and have a moan. And I don't think these people represent women at all. I think we just need to carpet bomb BuzzFeed. The sooner the better. Can't we just get this over with? I mean, if I never see a video by them again, it'll be too soon.
Love the way
women, man. Women, women, women. What do y'all want? What the fuck do y'all want? Do you know what you want? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Do you know? What the fuck do women want? I know what you want. Everything. That's every woman's answer. Everything. Women want every fucking thing. Women act like life is just a big sale and shit. They want to get the most shit before things close down. That's how fucking life is to a woman. Everything. You know what men want? Do you know what men want? Food, sex, silence. That's it. That's it. Food, sex, silence. Feed me, fuck me, shut the fuck up. Our goals seem very attainable, don't they?